The fuck's going on here?
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the
body punching?
I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time.
Absolutely, but I knew he was touching and taking those punches.
TBV Production.
Making women gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ.
It's the champ, ladies and gentlemen. That's GTO. I am in the building. That's the Gibbs. That's GTO on all forms of social media. We are back to discuss something very interesting, something so intriguing that one of our listeners decided to go in his bag, metaphorical wallet, and whip out some cash, literal cash. So intriguing that one of our Enrique with the playback over there. What's the matter with you? Where's my Eddie Hearn at?
He's deleted.
God. The fuck's going on here?
Anyway, our good friend Rodney Blake decided that he wanted to hear the guys at TBV discuss another episode that, like I said, it's intriguing, right? It's what's it take to build the next U.S. star? So we're not talking the Khans or the Kell Brooks of the world, but we do want the UK's opinion of what gets their attention. What does it take for someone in the United Kingdom to A, pay for a pay-per-view, B, jump on a plane and kind of come over here to watch a fight? We need to know who is going to be this next pay-per-view star now that Mayweather is kind of out of the loop for sure, right? If anything, he's going to be doing MMA. So who's the next guy to carry the mantle? Since there was no metaphorical torch passed either. Is it Errol Spence? Is it a Ryan Garcia? Could it be a Regis Progress? Who could be the next pay-per-view star? Would it be a guy like Deontay Wilder because it possibly will be a pay-per-view between he and Joshua? Who knows? Terrence Crawford. He's tried that, only 50,000. But this is what we'll be discussing. If you're interested, you know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. International callers, you can Skype us by adding Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Must add Nestor Gibbs in order to be part of the conversation. Shout out to Coach Mitty on the check-in on the Skype line. We're going to go out to our co-hosts. We have a full panel, so we will be getting a good show going today. So starting with, let me see. What's
up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I saw the fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my dad. If he comes to fight, I'm going to have to look for him, man.
I saw the fight too.
I think you're accurate.
Yes. Good evening. It's raining in New Jersey. I'm trying to be as accurate as possible to create a star. I'm trying to put myself in that position of like, what would I do if Matt Hunter was my fighter and he was, he won his first title? How do we make him a star? How do we make him the supply and demand? What do we do? But I also have other names, man, that I think that have the potential because we have champions right now, but they have momentum, but they don't have the supply and the demand. They might have the supply, but not really the demand. And, I got a little bit of history that I digged into to prove it, that point of supply and demand in boxing.
TBV Production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it?
Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rock into a knockout man. When the main thing is, I just hope the guy, I wish.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
Yes, hipsters here, haters beware. And of course, shout out to, was it? No, what's the name? I'm so sad. Is it Rand? No.
Rodney.
Rodney, my bad. shout out to Rodney, obviously, for this on-demand show. And I think it's a good topic because it's relevant right now. Like you said, Ness, Floyd Mayweather's out of the picture. If he does come back into the fighting world, it's probably MMA from all signs pointing that way. So right now we have to say that he's no longer an active boxer. So who's the next U.S. pay-per-view star? And I mean that just the next superstar. Is it a established guy like a Spence, a Deontay Wilder, or is it more of a newcomer like a Ryan Garcia, a Devin Haney, a Shakur Stevenson? Is it somebody that really hasn't been established yet but is on the scene? Or is it somebody that's not even, on the scene right now, that's not in our, public eye? God knows, but I can't wait to chop it up with you guys. And the callers, remember, calling 1-425-569-5241 or add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Let's get it going.
TBV Productions.
BJ was gonna beat me, then yeah, you predict he's gonna beat me. He got smashed.
Why don't Wilder go that night, brother? This guy has been pro for like 8 years, 9 years. If Wilder wants some of his work, he can definitely get it on ASAP.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back again. But yeah, building a star, a US star. Maybe we'll have to discuss the criteria, what's needed, in the melting pot to produce a star. But maybe we'll have to discuss current champions. Are they stars yet or what? But yeah, let's chop it up, talk about it, and see what we come up with.
I'm shocked you didn't come with an infamous one-liner and just say, move to the UK.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. It's a on-demand show, do it properly.
Honestly speaking, though, that's actually the route that I'm taking. I'm saying to myself, oh, my levels were down there. How'd I go? All right, so I'm saying to myself, if we're going to make a U.S. fighter a star and I'm the promoter, obviously I'll get the bias tag to this, but heavyweights draw attention. I would rather promote Deontay Wilder, but I would do what I just recommended to Robbie. I would have Deontay go on a UK tour. Go ahead and, take care of Dylan White. I don't know, maybe go after Povetkin or fight Brazil out there. Whatever the case may be, because his path to pay-per-view stardom leads through Anthony Joshua, and if he can defeat him. So he needs to kind of plant the seeds in the UK where it can drive that fight. Now, if we're talking Crawford, obviously an opposite game plan will be put forth for him. But I really can't peg who is the guy outside of the heavyweight division because they drum up so much attention. Like, I don't think it's as easy to say that a guy like Crawford could do it, who has all the skill in the world, but he also has a failed pay-per-view.
I agree that it's not as easy outside of maybe Deontay Wilder because that's the most immediate. He has a star he can beat. While the U.S. doesn't have a pay-per-view star, the UK does. So that is a quick route to stardom, is to beat another pay-per-view star.
I just want to interrupt with the footnotes that Robbie gave us about how to build a star. It said that you need a nemesis.
Yeah, relevant, like
star, you need a nemesis.
Like even like a few decent, real top level, sort of in the top 5. I think like there will be rivalries built within that your reign as trying to build to be that star. So whether it's one or a few in the top of the division, I think that is important for some rivalries to drum up interest.
But it's not just rivalries, because you can have rivalries in boxing all over the place. But if your rival isn't a star, then there's no shine you're really getting off of it. It might become big within the boxing bubble, but it will never become bigger than the boxing bubble.
Right, outside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I immediately go to the heavyweight division, and I went that same route. But I was trying to Deontay should fight in the UK regardless his next opponent. If you look at it historically, yeah, the heavyweights have been like the most celebrated division, and then Floyd Mayweather. But to me, the next star, I think it's the younger generation, because these guys that are established right now, they have their nemesis, and it seems like they're being strategically placed. But the bigger demand is coming from these guys who are now like 21, 22. they have 6 years ahead of them. You know what I mean? And their nemesis is being built as well. Like you mentioned, Shakur Stevens versus in the Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia is in that mix.
Yo, that one is something that people need to stop with. Like,
not tomorrow. I'm not talking about tomorrow. I'm not saying these fights tomorrow.
When could it really happen? I mean, Haney has 19 fights. Shakur has maybe 3.
Okay, well, Floyd Mayweather became champion in what year was that?
98.
98, and he didn't get famous to 2007. You know what I'm saying? 2005. But 2007, when he beat Oscar De La Hoya, was when that whole Money Mayweather started.
I believe that was 5.
Nah, I believe that was 2007. He fought Zab Judah 06. We could look that up.
I'll look it up really fast.
Look up really quick. Mac facts. Wow. So anyway, so what I say, it takes time to become that. And the reason why the heavyweight is so easier to become that is because, like you said, you know, that's the prominent division. But that had its own hiatus. You know, Mike Tyson was done. Muhammad Ali was done, you know, in the 80s. And Mike Tyson picked up in early 90s. And then, you know, now Floyd Mayweather in the welterweight, and now these other divisions who I never really broke down much as like the heavyweight. So I think the younger generation.
So I think that the simplest way to do it, not only for us, but for the casual listeners out there.
Very quickly, Enrique was white. It's 2007.
I say work backwards, Rob. I say let's collectively decide who's the biggest current star, and I don't mean active. And then take from that person characteristics and see who's comparable. Similar to when you're buying a house.
Okay, so
comps in the area in the boxing industry. We're looking for comps. So as a collective, who do we think is the most recognizable? I'm going to go with Mayweather, obviously, as the thumbnail states.
Right.
Face of boxing probably will be for the next 20 to 30, the way that Muhammad Ali was for the next 20 to 30.
All right, cool. So I like how he's the thumbnail and he also has his finances on there. I know a lot of fans are like, yo, why are we talking about his pockets? You know what I'm saying? But in the end, in the very end of it all, the pockets come from how many people show up, how many people run home to watch and tune in, right? And Muhammad Ali was that first guy. We know, I mean, who heard of somebody getting paid $5.45 million, right? $5.4 million and $6 million and, you know, $8 million in the Muhammad Ali era? I haven't, you know what I'm saying? Then follows Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson couldn't walk the street. He was like Michael Jackson. He grossed $103 million based off of his Lennox Lewis fight. He grossed $30 million, $10 million for Andre Galata. Michael Spinks, $20 million. And then, of course, we know Floyd Mayweather's purses went up to the billions, right? Added up to billions. So I use money, and I don't see anybody could generate $1 billion just yet. I think in these 10 years, you know what I'm saying? Like Floyd had after Mike Tyson's era. Mike Tyson's era ended when?
Well, his biggest fight was in 2002.
2002, but he retired because there was nobody who picked up the
2005.
2005, and then Floyd came 2007, so that's 2 years later. So Floyd was inactive now 2016, 17.
But in your theory or your like comparison, Floyd was a champion in 98. So when Tyson was still doing mega numbers, Floyd was already a champion. So
Ryan Garcia.
No, he wasn't Ryan Garcia. He was a champion, not a prospect. That's
the real champion. All right, so he was who right now?
Right now, he would need to be like a Spence or a Wilder or
Charlo or Spence
or Charlo or Terrence Crawford. He would need to be somebody that's been a champion for a bit.
You guys went our own route, man. We need to pick a recognizable star and look for comparable characteristics in active fighters today. We haven't mentioned one possible other than our opening statements, which were all opinions. We haven't given any facts to back why we think Ryan Garcia, quote unquote, could be.
I used the criteria that Robbie sent us. You know what I'm saying? He's the mouthpiece. He's already building nemesis. He didn't fight them. He's not fighting them yet. I think he's not ready for them. But I think that when it comes, it's going to be a demand. He's going to have to like do a whole lot of beating ass. strategically match made and proven. But I feel like Vasily Lomachenko in the big room of the Garden, far from what I expected, the whole entire nation of Ukraine was in that room. And I think that Ryan Garcia will have the Mexican Americans and the Mexicans. I also think the same for Devin Haney, but I haven't seen what he's done in an arena.
Really quick, let's list the 7 points to building a boxing star. In-ring style, the ability to entertain, and especially to knock out an opponent at any point in the fight. Hence, Gennady Golovkin. Out of ring persona. Oh, excuse me. Let me not forget to mention the king of knockouts, Matt.
Bomb Squad! AJ.
They're gonna hate you for that one.
How are you gonna say AJ? He didn't even knock out Joseph Pargo.
You're gonna say Wilder didn't even knock out Stavern the first time.
Oh, but he knocked him out.
All right. Well, we'll see if AJ Parker rematch, and we'll see.
Sorry, Rob.
Yes, all right.
Out of ring persona, not simply a large or likable personality, but a distinct persona that sets a fighter apart from most others of his generation.
That's a big one. Put an asterisk on that.
Now you can mention AJ, because AJ is a larger than life kind of persona. People look at him, they're like, wow, they see this massive guy. He's also photogenic.
But he's not American, so he's off topic.
Ooh, that's right. Thanks, Enrique, for keeping us smooth. It's that Robbie infection. He's bringing it through the airwaves, that UK airwave.
We're coming. The takeover.
So he's got to now go to like a Ryan Garcia. Like, oh, he's young. He got a little crowd around him. He has the kids. They all hip.
He doesn't have a large, or I don't know.
Large what? He's not known yet, but I think that snowball is going to build really big.
But you're right though. It says not simply large or likable. Well, actually, no, he doesn't have that, because right now he's like a likable personality, but it's got to be bigger than that. It says, but a distinct persona that sets a fighter apart from most others. Like, what's really setting Ryan apart from Devin Haney, who talks greasy, and Shakur Stevenson, who talks greasy?
Well, first off, when was that article? Those criteria listed? 2000 what?
15.
What year?
2015. That article.
That's all right. So that's a little bit IG. That's in the IG era, right, Matt?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I'm using the Ryan Garcia following. Now I never looked at Stevenson's following and Devin Haney's, but I found Devin Haney on Instagram and was like, whoa, this kid could fight, but I never saw him fight. I saw Ryan Garcia, ESPN, and was like, whoa, this kid got a lot of charisma, and these hardcores that I'm with are judging him, and then I followed him and I'm like, wow, this kid he has charisma and character, and he's boisterous, man. He has potential.
Ryan Garcia, 896,000 followers on Instagram.
That's a lot.
And what does Devin Haney have?
Coming right up, my friend.
That's almost 1 million.
Isn't that
181,000.
And Gervonta?
He has a lot. I don't know if it's almost 1 million though.
No, I don't think so.
Because you said 800 something thousand, right, Ness? That's a shit ton.
800 for your boy. How do you spell Shakur's name? How do you spell Shakur?
SHAKUR.
SHA?
Like Tupac Shakur. Come on.
SHAKUR.
Where is he at? Shakur Stevenson comes in at
130
followers. Wow, him and Haney actually more popular than Shakur with the silver medal, and Ryan with no medal, no Olympic background,
almost
way more popular. That's that Latino in him.
But quickly check Gervonta Davis, because I was curious about that.
Yeah, I was about to.
He's a former champion. That's cheating.
But just curious.
Oh, just curious.
If there's comparisons, we're doing comps, right? Like houses.
Yo, Gervonta Davis only 920,000.
That's about
Ryan Garcia on his ass.
Yes.
That's that Mexican demographic too.
Oh, but listen, Shakur. Gervonta should be happy that a prospect with a following like that is trying to get that work, because then you get him early. You get him early like Floyd did Canelo. And that's how Canelo started. Canelo had this massive backing and following, and Floyd was forced to give him a fight because economically, not forced like, yo, you know, you scared it. I know economically it's like, yo, that shit makes sense. Let's do it now before he gets better.
How much was Ryan again? Very quickly, because
860 something thousand.
Yeah, so he's about 5,000 behind Wilder.
Damn, look at him taking shots. Yo, he's only here to take shots, this guy.
No, but it's further proof to, like, I mean, Enrique's point.
To his stardom.
Ryan Garcia is a force to be reckoned with, even though
Ryan bought the motherfucking followers. Just saying.
I'm just saying, if he didn't. Serious. If he did or if he didn't, one thing that made me, just based off his Instagram, was like, yo, I want to watch his next fight. You know what I'm saying? Just like Devin Haney.
He's a personality. He is
a personality, and that's the criteria right there.
But if you watched his last fight, do you want to watch his next one?
Yes.
Yes.
Because they said
Velez was good. Why are you trying to play him out?
No. I'm just saying, all the hype building up to that fight, and I just didn't think I know it was maybe a little step up. I just didn't think
a little step up. Hey, listen, Rob, I'm not gonna front to you and say, hey, it was as big as a step up as Josh Kelly with Carlos Molina. No.
And look, I'm not here taking shots. I just I got caught up in the Ryan Garcia thing, and I thought this kid's impressive. I saw the one before that and the one before that, and honestly, I don't know how much of a step Jason Velez was, but you know, we'd seen him knock out some kids really impressively, and then, you know, I just wasn't as blown away by the last fight. But I'm not saying the next one won't be, but I'm just
no, get in your shit, Rob. It's true. I mean,
no.
Ryan Garcia looked his defense looked bad. His defense looked really bad in his last fight, and the hype of him did not meet the expectations.
All I know is all you guys are talking about is Ryan. Let me get finished through with the points. Is that the next star, in our opinion? Is TBV
possible?
No.
TBV pegging Ryan Garcia all because of Enrique's influence and his boisterous nature? You let him overtake the mic, Matt, and all of a sudden,
listen, I always talk about Instagram followers.
People are gonna make videos. TBV says Ryan's the next pay-per-view star.
I saw the Jorge Linares versus Mercito Gasata, and I fell asleep.
What the fuck is Gasata? How you get that?
Anyway, I saw that fight. I was not impressed. I thought Vassal would knock out Jorge, but Jorge sure did impress me. You know what I'm saying? On the next fight. So, yeah, man, you cannot have to say, yo, I have to be impressed by this prospect and not expect him to be a superstar.
Yo, what would a show be like without Enrique and his fumbling of names?
He's deleted.
I love him.
That Gaceta. Shit sound like he about to go in the jungle somewhere. Spanish jungle, la selva.
Never forget By the Ocean, Ness. Never forget.
I know, never forget By the Ocean. That one is gonna
By the Ocean.
What's the ocean though?
There's other shows saying AJ protect us. People are sending me sound bites of our shit, man. We should have patent pended that, man. We fucked up. So listen, we went through in-ring style, out-of-ring persona, natural rivals, other fighters who pose a threat in the same or an adjacent weight class. So, obviously, my pick was Wilder. He has his nemesis being Joshua. Ryan Garcia, he has a few. Shakur and Devin and Gervonta. Anyone else are we going to throw in this freaking thing here? Because no one's mentioned any path to stardom for Crawford, Mr. Hippity Hipster, staying awfully quiet.
I was going to say no one's mentioned Danny Garcia or Keith Thurman.
Stop, fam.
Nah, I mean, Thurman right now has lost momentum, so
the Errol Spence drama.
It's hard to convince fans that Thurman could be a star when, in their eyes, you know, the fickle fans are saying, "Oh, Thurman's ducking. He dropped his belt. He don't want that work with. He don't want no smoke with Spence." So you know how
and that's his word, ducking. You better not duck me, son. That's his word.
Very quick regarding Bud Crawford. Sorry, very quick about Bud Crawford. He's got 214,000 followers on Instagram, right?
I like that you're bringing that up because all this is important. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And just
relevancy. Look at all that he's been able to accomplish, and a guy like Ryan hasn't done anything but had one. And I mean Ryan Garcia again. He has one televised ESPN fight. He has almost 1 million followers. Bud Crawford's unified divisions gone up, multiple divisions, done 2-day fighter portraits on on HBO. He's even had a pay-per-view. I mean,
he's got another one coming up.
Something's wrong, or is it not wrong? We go back to our 7 points. Out of ring persona, not simply a large or likable personality. Yes, Bud is likable, but is he larger than life?
I think he's improving a bit. I think he's coming out of his from when I first started sort of checking him out a little bit and seeing what he was like. I thought he was pretty bland and not really that interesting, but
no, you're right about that. I think that his lifestyle on Instagram has improved. He showed.
I think it's evolved, yeah. So whether it's
active enough.
No, here's the thing. In the welterweight division, you have, like Enrique brought up at first, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. They hit a ceiling stardom-wise. I don't think they're ever going to get bigger than they are right now. Errol Spence is still on the rise. Terrence Crawford, like you said, Ness.
Not true.
Hold on, let me finish my point. Terrence Crawford will never be a star like Mayweather. He just does not have the personality. Even though he had gone better, he will still never be that guy. He could beat everyone in the welterweight division and move up to 154 and beat everyone in that division and still not be a star.
Also not true.
My opinion. And I'm a Crawford fan, but
let me tell you something, bro.
He's another Purnell. He's another Purnell, and that's fine to be a Purnell.
No, he's not Purnell. Purnell didn't have Crawford's power. Crawford stopping people.
It doesn't matter, though.
Now, Purnell was a boxer that the networks had to convince the casuals, hey, what you're watching, this elusive nature, this is impressive, even though he's not knocking his guy out. That's different from Crawford. Crawford is exciting, not to mention if Crawford stopped being a little, crybaby, become my friend, I'd give him a path to glory,
But people
has the attitude.
People still shit on the Postal fight.
Doggy, it don't matter if you put shit on the Postal fight, brother. He's got the attitude. He's got the backstory, and bruh.
But he doesn't convey it. He does not convey it. He does not convey it.
Yes, he
does.
Not
enough. Not in the right way.
He could get the Pacquiao fight after Horn.
Absolutely. You're right. You're right. He doesn't convey it enough, and he chooses to say the wrong thing at the wrong times.
He has ruined so many ESPN spots during fights when he should hype up the Pacquiao fight, hype up the Lomachenko fight, hype up the Mikey fight, and he ruins it every fucking time.
Yes, but we've seen the Bud that we need to make him a star when he gets angry. When
on Twitter, we see Bud on Twitter with his Twitter fingers saying some greasy shit. We don't see him on the mic on ESPN saying greasy shit. That's his issue.
Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers. Yeah, you give him body by singing nigga.
But I see what Matt's saying. I hear what Matt's saying. Free smoke, free smoke. He has that smoke, and he should be ready to. He's saying the right things to Jeff Horn. And his next fight should be Mikey Garcia. Or
he got the talk and he walks the walk.
He got the talk, but he ain't doing it on HBO. That's the problem.
No. The problem is he don't got the platform. You don't see
ESPN. He's on every telecast.
All right, I hear you, but think about it. What popular fighter needs to go on ESPN to do that? Does Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder do any?
Yes, they all do media circuits. Mayweather did a first take media circuit.
Matthew, they do media circuits, but they drop their news on their fucking Instagram and it goes viral right there. Don't give me that bullshit. Bud can say anything he want and nobody ain't listening. And look, it's because Rob just told us only 200,000. You talk about Shakur Stevenson, it got 6 fights. Someone corrected me in the chat, and he got 130. Devin Haney got 19 fights, and he got 181. Bud has conquered 3 divisions now, or 2, working on his 3rd. What did he start? 130, 135, 140, right? I'm right.
I think so.
He do 130?
I think
somebody got the killer echo with the headphones. You got to turn your headphones down. Someone. So yeah, man, I don't know, bro. I feel like Bud, he's got to be the bad guy. And Floyd did it. That's what he's not getting through his head. Floyd turned around and went from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather. But Pretty Boy, he was not nice. Was Pretty Boy nice to fucking Oscar? No, the fuck he wasn't.
Pretty Boy also invited 50 Cent and then got another audience right there. You know what I'm saying?
That was Money already, doggy. You playing.
That was Oscar De La Hoya's fight. He was Money for that fight or before?
That was Oscar fight?
That was Oscar fight when 50 Cent and Floyd became buddies. on the 24/7, first one ever.
Hashtag Matt Stats. I don't know. Matt, check
Look it up. I'm telling you truth.
Check them out, Matt. I don't know about that.
Does it say on BoxRec when who they got walking down with them?
Nah, it wasn't even about walking down. It was about the mouthpiece.
24/7?
That guy, 24/7.
I remember it for Oscar fight. We're going to need the chat to help us. Listen, we got more on the 7 points. We got
OTKP who's agreeing with me.
Okay, Multi KP. We went through natural rivals, so now the next one is demographics. A match with a group that will follow a fighter because they identify with them. And I interpret this like Ryan Garcia's Mexican, so he's got that Mexican fan base.
Right.
Gennady is Ukrainian, so he brings that Ukrainian fan base, but he has that twist with Mexican style. He brings in that Mexican fan base. So, yeah, this is probably where, this is where Crawford isn't lacking in his hometown. If they take him to Nebraska, he's doing 8 to 12.
Yeah, but I mean,
12,000.
Yes, 8 to 12,000 seats, sold tickets.
Yeah, but what's the ticket price? I mean,
that's all I'm about to say. That ringside ain't $3,000.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Las Vegas.
Probably like 1,000, maybe 700.
Maybe 700.
Like I said, Crawford can beat everyone in the welterweight division. And I just don't think he's a star. Like, if anyone can be a star in that division, it's maybe Errol Spence. Maybe. And I think even he has a high road to climb because he has the same issue as Crawford in a way. It's a little bit of a not personality issue, but he doesn't convey the right thing at the right time, even though we know that he can.
Again, I'm not here to, one-liners or anything, but Errol Spence, to me, even if he's talking Greek, it just seems a bit monotone and just uninteresting. I don't know. Obviously, hell of a fighter, a fucking killer. Everyone's scared of him, but
I think
as a personality, I'm not buying into Errol Spence as I'll follow him on IG because he's this, that, and the other. You know what I mean?
I like both. I like both. I like Ryan Garcia and I like Charlo's under that criteria. Both the brothers.
Errol Spence has 281,000 Instagram subscribers.
Yo, Ryan Garcia is killing all these guys.
Instantly, Ryan Garcia made me want to see his next fight, even after that performance. You know what I'm saying? Because now he knows there's guys like you who are saying, yo, he ain't do this, he ain't do that. And then he saw Devin Haney not even get hit and look real flashy and stylish.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I know he wants to make another statement in his level. You know what I'm saying? On his level, not go against Gervonta, obviously.
So what about Jermall Charlo? What about Jermall Charlo? Can he flip the switch? What does he need to do? What is he lacking on the 7 points, which we have not fully gotten through? But just to double back on the ones that we have spoken of, does Charlo have, drum roll please? I don't know where it's at.
I'll do quickly about rivals. He's obviously got them, but I think he's at the stage where he needs to actually get a fight with one of them. And I think that will kick him on, obviously providing he wins that fight.
But it's like that all the time.
In-ring style, the ability to entertain and especially knock out an opponent. He has that.
I give him a 10 on that.
Out-of-ring persona,
10.
not simply large or likable personality, but distinct persona that sets a fighter apart from most others in his generation. I don't know if because this has gone TBV viral,
he's deleted.
Does that make him, a persona just yet?
There's more than just that. That followed after all the barking and the lions only. You know what I'm saying?
True. And remember, we've done episodes like the Bad Boys of Boxing, the Charlo. Yeah. They've also ran down on Charles Hatley. They've eliminated Erickson Lubin for the time.
No, I was going to say, I think regarding his persona as well, he might have that like Mayweather effect of, yes, he's got supporters, but I think there's probably quite a large amount of people that would like to see him lose.
Well, that's cool.
Which is just what Mayweather had, you right? So
pay to watch you or pay to watch you lose.
Yeah, yeah. So
Mayweather's
that
division
to me reaches that persona kind of benchmark that whether you're likable or what, you hit a note with people.
Right. I think he's hitting a note with people, but his division doesn't have the names or those rivals. You know what I'm saying? To me, that spill out. I mean, there may be some hardcore names.
I don't know, man. I think that especially
time out. Very quick. Like, I want to jump in there. Are we forgetting that he is the only guy that has a U.S. pay-per-view star in his division that he could fight?
Who's that?
Canelo Alvarez.
Right. But Canelo's busy trying to figure out what to do.
But it doesn't matter if it's 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years. The second Charlo beats Canelo, he is over. He becomes a star in that second.
Well, we don't know if he does, because plenty of people have beaten the star and don't become stars.
It is easier if you're a black fighter when you beat a Mexican superstar to become a star afterwards.
Drop a name though. That who's beat a star and not become a star? Buster Douglas? Like who?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but Buster Douglas went on to lose like in his next fight.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That fight he did after that was big. They did big numbers for the second fight.
Bro, Matt Stats.
He needs some milk.
Tony got paid well for that fight. I forget who he lost to, but I think it was Ruddock.
Yeah. Yo, we're going to what are we on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5 on the 7 points to stardom, media, technology, the savvy use of all available tools to build popularity to convert it into commerce. Understand, ladies and gentlemen, why we speak of numbers of followers and subscribers.
Right now, Ryan Garcia is ahead on that.
It's data for the promoters. It's data for the marketing team. You know,
data for the networks.
Exactly. And those decisions get made on boardrooms based on that data.
Right. And right now, I would say Ryan Garcia is in the pace of that.
Now, that's only Instagram, though. It's not good to just be dominant on one platform.
He's quiet on Twitter. I didn't do my research.
I didn't either, but we need to check. Hashtag Matt Stats.
And then what else? I mean, he's doing numbers on YouTube under other
people. Again, Enrique, maybe clean your ears out. Media technology, the use of all
platforms. I heard that. But some platforms.
Twitter. We're talking Instagram. We're talking Snapchat. These fighters are on Snapchat more than they're on Instagram. Believe me. Even though I don't do the Snap. They on the Snap.
62,000 Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
62 on Twitter.
Yeah. So, but Instagram, and I don't know, like you say, Snapchat, but Instagram is definitely the boxer's choice, I think.
And also Instagram, you can create revenue from.
And also Instagram has a bigger audience than Twitter. Most people are lazy on Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Yeah.
And Snapchat. A lot of people are not on Snapchat. They're on like Facebook, and I think it's Facebook and then Instagram. So you got to look up his.
Here's one where Jermall probably will fail, or he'll get mad at me and say, man, you see, you always hating because we started to do more interviews ever since such and such fight. But intent, the willingness to work as hard as you have to build a fan base as they do to become great fighters. The verbiage on this shit is retarded, but whatever. So, yeah, the willingness to work hard. I mean, that has to mean, taking photo ops, like you said, Matt, doing media runs that you felt Bud doesn't do.
Don't be Chavez Jr.
The tour the promoter puts you on before the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Mayweather set the precedent. We've never seen it again with the 13-city press tour that eventually watered down to 11, but no one's ever done it again. Slackers, all slackers.
Now, I don't know. I didn't look this up. Maybe Matt has this info or Robbie. When Mike Tyson used to fight, because his fights were like...
Matt has all info.
So, Matt, facts. Keep it 100. Was Mike Tyson doing city tours?
Not anything like Mayweather, no.
Nah, but...
They press conferences, and they would do maybe like a New York press conference. But, I mean... It started, I think, in the De La Hoya and Mayweather era in that generation.
Because it was a different game back then. It was the heavyweight division. That's what I'm saying. Heavyweights dominate. So in order to get attention, guys like De La Hoya did have to do press conferences.
Exactly. Like Tyson could walk down New York street and just get media attention.
Right.
Like it was different.
Larger than life persona. Remember, that's what Tyson was, but then Oscar became that. Remember, you know, he was the first golden boy we've ever had.
Persona, though, do you connect that to persona? He was soft spoken.
Oscar brought women to fights, bro.
And he's not the first golden boy. Sugar Ray Leonard was the first golden boy.
But he wasn't bringing chicks to the club, man. He wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
I think
he wasn't bringing them out. Nah.
I think so.
Nah.
Sugar Ray, I mean,
so Sugar Ray was bringing out Latinas.
My grandma loves Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm just saying.
Your grandma's not Latina.
She's Spanish.
How you gonna bring out the Mexicans? How you gonna bring out the Mexicans?
She can speak.
I think Oscar was bringing out some Latinas.
He was bringing out Latinas and Americans, bro, because he was both the best worlds. He was like
Mexican American.
He was Mexican American. He spoke that good English. He had the clean cut.
From LA.
Yeah, but that wasn't louder than life. Like his partner could have been that.
What are you talking about? Oscar was one of the first welterweights to make 30 million.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that was based off of fighting.
B-Hop first $10 million payday was versus Oscar, bro.
Yeah, but that's the criteria of rivalry. That's not the criteria of larger than life persona. So you
listen, all right, even if you think that he didn't fit the mold, just remember
that criteria. You're saying he was that one, larger than life persona.
It's my sentence. Even if you feel he didn't fit the mold, just remember it was like Ali, Tyson, right?
You're forgetting Sugar Ray, but it's okay.
True. Ali, Sugar Ray, Tyson, then Oscar, dog. Like those were the big names. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about one criteria, but
you know how many stars were made off of Oscar? It's like when you top a plant. It's like topping a plant, bro. Everybody that fought Oscar, boom, they turned into something.
Connected with the demographic, he fell off of that criteria. Connecting to the demographic, using the media, and
negative. He had the persona because
how come we didn't bring up Sugar Ray first? Sugar Ray. Why didn't we say Sugar? Why did we jump from Mike Tyson?
Our generation.
And it's the pay-per-view generation.
Nor wasn't Ali.
And
it's historical, man.
Hold on, very quickly. We really didn't bring up Ali, and secondly, Enrique, his good-looking Mexican golden boy, that was part of his persona.
Yeah, that wasn't it. That didn't exist.
That was larger than life.
It's
your hate is crazy.
Mario Lopez could have been everything that
Ryan Garcia. Hold on.
Why the women showed up.
Enrique, Ryan Garcia is that. He's a good-looking Mexican American kid that talks nice. That's exactly Oscar.
He's a loud person. He reminds me of a young rapper. He's like a trap star rapper to me.
I don't.
Bad Bunny, so he Bad Bunny.
He's like Bad Bunny when he throws those gloves on and he hits those body bags. You didn't see those bodyguards. You didn't see what he did to the little kid holding it, his brother. He's in there wrecking shop, bro. He's reckless.
So he's the Bad Bunny of boxing.
He's a trap star in the making.
Yo, you souping this kid up, yo. Like you got him. He gonna hear this episode and send you tickets or something. Crazy.
Make sure I'm ringside.
Crazy. So we got one more here. The it factor. This is what again Enrique isn't factoring in. And check how it's defined. An intangible, difficult to describe quality that allows a fighter to connect deeply with consumers, driving them not only to watch, but paid to watch. Often a storyline that is unique and memorable, shared openly and authentically. Oh, I don't know, maybe like Oscar being from the mean streets of East LA and going on to be an Olympic gold medal winner.
Yes, I will give Oscar that one.
American.
I will give Oscar that one.
Back repping not only America, but Mexico. And oh yeah, speaking good English. And oh yeah, being
argument
a rock star because he had hella chicks.
Again, that's Enrique's argument isn't that he has those things. He's just saying that those things has nothing to do with his persona. That's Enrique's argument.
I don't even understand how they don't have anything to do with his persona, bro. Like,
go look at an old press conference.
Oscar got a coke habit, though. He used to party hard. Did you see his wife that he got from Puerto Rico? She's like a fucking drop dead gorgeous mom.
Like Miss Puerto Rico or something, but that's not what it is. I mean,
how the fuck? All right, so how are you mediocre, but you marry Miss Puerto Rico, bro?
I didn't say he's mediocre. I'm saying
there's hope for everybody.
He doesn't fit all criterias. That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy. We
one specific criteria. I'm like, yo, his persona is not larger than life.
But Ryan Garcia's is.
Yes, for his age group, yes. For his age and his level is large. He could go to his school right now and you
need more people.
Yo, you obviously don't understand what larger than life is. It's the most popular person.
I am his age. You're talking to somebody in his demographic.
Okay, and if you and him are in the same room, he will have more people around him giving him dap than you.
Of course, because he has 800,000 followers. He has 800,000 followers, man.
No. Let me tell you something. If Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya go to the same high school at separate times, Oscar will have that shit sold out without tickets.
Said he won't smoke. I don't really see it though.
Don't even do that. Ryan ain't there yet. Oscar put it in, bro. He brought a gold medal back. The streets love him.
Oscar can get your mom and your grandma and your sister.
Yo, you wildin'. Yo, Oscar put on panties and fishnets and we still don't care. Ryan get caught with a dude that's done ski for him.
Yeah, Matt, I think the problem is, I'll just check your IG. You've only got 424, and that's not 1,000, just 400.
You can check that at Matt Hunter TBV.
Matt, you need more people, Matt. Ryan will show you around town in LA.
I'm good, Ryan. I see your music choice.
Matt, take him to your gym. Yo, so that's it. So I guess we should read them one more time for the callers that are on. If you're a first-time caller, remember to say first-time caller.
Wait. Are we really finishing up by thinking it's Ryan Garcia?
No.
Okay.
I said clearly I think we should read them one more time before we open it up to the callers.
Maybe
I thought, yeah.
Maybe everyone on the panel give like their top 3 potential stars.
Now, in our show description, we had names like Errol Spence, Deontay Wilder, Jermall Charlo, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and obviously Ryan Garcia. People wrote off Danny, but here's the thing. We're writing off Danny because we're over-assuming. Is it based on his history? Slightly. But if we eliminate his past and we create a path for pay-per-view stardom the way we are supposed to, that's the purpose of this show, is trying to find another U.S. star. So what does Danny Garcia have to do? He has to beat Sean Porter next. That fight is already on the table. Solidify it. Make it official. Promote it using these 7 points. Social media being one of the strongest. Defeat him soundly. If Keith comes back in time, use your WBC title to get that rematch with Keith. Must defeat Keith. If Keith is not back and needs tune-up, you must defeat Errol Spence. You have
90 seconds.
You have the nemesis more, 2 times over. If you clear out a division the way that Gennady Golovkin did, listen, there's stars already in that article that Rob sent us. Can you read off the names of the 10 top grossing stars? These people are here because they fought the best. It's no magic formula. They got in with the best. Even the dudes at 7, 8, 9, and 10, they at least danced with the devil on a pale moonlight. So if Danny wants to be a pay-per-view star, you got to be Porter. You go through Earl, and probably that's all you need. But if that doesn't do it, you get Keith when he comes back after going through Earl, depending on availability, obviously, but it has to be that route. You can't be the Danny of 3 years ago, picking and choosing, fighting who you want, making people wait, fighting once a year, losing momentum. We want the wave. We want to ride the wave, but we don't want it to dip up and down.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
Danny's not going to do that.
Again, we're supposed to be creating a path, Matthew.
I know, but I don't. It's not a feasible, like, realistic path that he can actually succeed at, in my opinion.
Oh, so Deontay Wilder going to the UK and fighting even Dominic Brazil in the UK, Dylan White in the UK, everybody in the UK, that's feasible. But Danny fighting fucking someone that's under the Heyman banner, 2 people under the Heyman banner, isn't feasible.
Wilder only needs to fight Joshua and beat Joshua, and he.
You can talk hot on the internet, boy. That's that goofy shit. We're internet, boy.
The second Wilder becomes an undisputed champion in the heavyweight division, he's a star. And
so he's gonna do that by fighting in the UK because that's feasible to you.
Sure.
My man already said no to the Dillian White fight for $4 million, but that's feasible to you.
He has said he would fight Joshua in the UK. That's all I'm talking about. Joshua.
You never let go of the shovel. Just understand that in this
next, fam, it's okay. In
this show, the purpose is to create a path.
I am telling you the path. I'm telling you right now.
Oh.
I think Joshua Wilder's happening next. Doesn't matter where it's at. The second Wilder beats Joshua, he's a star.
Yeah, okay, but that's Wilder. Give me another guy. It's to create a U.S. star.
Jermall Charlo. He needs to beat Canelo and Triple G. Those two.
So check this out, Robbie. Let me bring you in on this, because I mean the most intelligent host on the panel says that Charlo has to beat the 2 top guys in his division to be a star. But if Danny beats the 2 top guys, he ain't gonna be a star.
I don't think he beats them. I think Charlo can beat those guys. That's the difference. That's the difference. I think Wilder can beat Joshua. I think Charlo beats Triple G and Canelo. I don't think Danny beats Earl, Crawford, or Thurman in a rematch. I just don't.
All right, but that is a path. That is a path.
I understand it's a path. I don't think it's a path that he can succeed in, is my exact opinion.
And that's okay. You could still say, here's the yellow brick road, Ness, but
I agree with the path. I just don't think he can do it.
All right, what about Terrence Crawford? What's his path?
Yeah, it's the same. It's beat that trio of guys, the Dannys, the Thurmans, and the Spence. You beat those 3 guys in any combination, maybe. But I don't think Crawford Crawford becomes a star even if he does that.
Can he do that though?
I think he has more of a chance than Danny.
Let's give our top 3. I think Crawford's my number 2 to become a next top star in America.
How does he become your star?
I think he makes a statement. He finishes Jeff Horn.
Tell me.
He finishes Jeff Horn, is over with, then he calls out a Pacquiao or a Thurman, and he gets either Pacquiao for a retirement fight, big ass fight. Boom, finishes him, surprises the world. And now he got to go fight can he fight Spence? Can he fight Mikey Garcia? Can he fight? Those fights then start brewing, because it's about the big paydays after the fight. That active celebrated fighter who is living the lifestyle of a boxer, and Terrence Crawford has that. So he's my number 2 possibilities. Whether you like his personality or you don't, he's got that smoke. So when we say free smoke, we talking about what Crawford can offer.
I think you could throw Tank in there, Tank Davis. I don't think he is a star yet, and providing he knuckles down, and I think he can be. I know it's maybe not a sexy division. I don't know how far he can go up in there, but I think Tank has the attributes to become a star. No?
I think the only guys that are established that can be stars in the immediacy is Deontay Wilder and Jermall Charlo, looking more ahead, like Enrique. Ryan Garcia has massive potential. And whoever wins out of the rivalry of Shakur and Devin, they have potential too. But it's going to be the winner of that. Obviously, it's going to be the bigger person. So whoever wins out of that rivalry specifically, I think it's going to be sort of the lead guy of that pairing.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead, Rob.
No, I was just going to say very quickly on about Deontay going over to the UK, and maybe it's because the boxing scene in the UK has changed and we're going through a high. But did Mayweather ever leave Vegas for a fight?
Negative.
Right, so he's the benchmark that we're all looking to find the next one of, and he didn't even go. He didn't move from Las Vegas. So
right.
Whether now that the UK is popping and we've got a real big scene at the moment and it's going well, maybe that is something different to when Floyd was at his peak. But you know, it's just bringing it up.
Like you said, at the moment. So yeah, but Muhammad Ali did cross the seas and brought champions, brought belts, title fights over there.
Yeah, he went all over.
So it's a new blueprint because it's big. Yeah, Errol Spence should go over. He did go over there, right?
He did go over. Yes, where he got the book from Brooke.
Right. But did it do anything to his popularity?
Well, it made him a champion, so maybe that added something. But
I got an ace in the hole, I want to say, because I almost forgot. I was sitting here just like, damn, I really forgot the name. So my ace in the hole, or should I say wild card, sounds better to be a wild card, especially this guy, because that's what he is a wild card. But based off his last training camp, he made weight. Seems like he's going to continue to work with Kevin Cunningham. I think Broner's path to stardom is a very simple one. He comes back, he defeats Progress while Ramirez is fighting this cream puff and Danny O'Connor. And no disrespect to O'Connor, but, you know, it's an in-between, stay busy, build the fight. And O'Connor got knocked out by Bracero that has 7 knockouts. So you tell me. Now, Broner goes in there, defeats Progress on Showtime ASAP because Progress is with Lou DiBella. That could be made easily. He becomes Ramirez's mandatory and swallows his pride, defeats Ramirez, the Mexican, in Northern California in front of the 15,000 people. It will be more since Broner's there. They would probably need a bigger stadium, but you know, the way boxing is, that fight is such a big fight, they'll probably end up putting it in Vegas, unfortunately, but it would be better to get, you know, 15,000 true yelling, cheering fans. Broner goes in there and defeats, you know, the champion in the Lion's Den, and then he can do it. He's got to stay disciplined and just keep beating guys at 140. But with that Ramirez fight, I could see him, you know, being able to solidify to the writers, the naysayers, the podcasters, everyone that discusses, talks, writes boxing, that he's back. Because Ramirez, you know, he showed that he does have a style to defeat Broner. He does have that pressure that we know Broner doesn't like. So I don't know how much of a favorite Broner would be going into that fight, especially only coming off of 2 consecutive 140-pound weigh-ins. Now, I'm sure that the world will be high on Broner defeating a heavily touted contender like Regis Progress. So maybe that still makes him the favorite again in the Ramirez fight. But I think that's a path. No? Yes?
Right. You wishing on a star, bro.
I know. Yo, send me that soundbite.
He's star quality, but I think his next fight, if it's tough, he's not gonna. He could fight, but you know, he got a draw and he got a loss and he got another loss. You know, so
dog, that shit don't mean nothing.
Progress is hyped right now. He's ready too. He's gonna train hard.
Moves the needle. Gabriel Rosado moves the needle, and he got 6 or 7 losses. Orlando Salido moved the needle on Showtime.
Orlando Salido is different era.
No, he ain't. No, he ain't.
Off. His era tapered off.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. No. Let me tell you something. As a casual, let me tell you something. You don't know as a casual.
I'm telling you, as a casual, I would never go to the Salido fight ever.
Pound for pound, and he's fought Salido. Okay, Gamboa fought Salido. All the stars that made stars. Okay,
because I went to see Gamboa.
I'm not done. Crawford ain't get popped until he beat Gamboa, who beat Salido.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So. You know, Salido, you can't just write him off.
So I'm not saying I'm writing off Broner. What I'm saying is I don't think it's a.
You are writing him off. You saying he got a draw, he got a loss, so he can't be a star.
Yeah, he's got to get a safe fight. He's got to get a safe fight. Otherwise, you know, a safe fight against a good name, though.
No, you guys need me. You guys don't have no fucking optimism. The purpose of the show is to build a path. You guys are living in reality. We have to take ourselves out of the box of the reality that is boxing. We understand Broner's been lackadaisical, let us down. We still need to create a path to create the next U.S. superstar. What the fuck, man?
I've got the path anyway. I've got the path.
OMG. I am so excited.
It is quite literally go sign with Eddie Hearn Matchroom.
I'll say this. Come on, man. Like Broner has a steeper hill to climb than Danny Garcia in terms of winning the fights he needs to win to become a star the way we conceive of the word.
Matt, you're bugging.
How am I bugging? He's not going to win these fights.
So you're saying defeating Progress and Ramirez is harder than Danny defeating fucking Earl and Porter. Danny got to fucking walk through the desert without a canister of water.
No, I'm exactly saying that, Ness. You know why? Because Garcia's way more proven than fucking Broner, man. Come on, B.
Damn, bro.
Come on. You know it. You know it. Come on. We know Broner has every other category we want, but he does not have the wins. Clear as day. He has a.
All right, man. I'm just creating a path for people to be.
It's a good path. I just think Progress ain't ready for Broner, so that ain't gonna get Broner any fame. And
crazy.
Progress ain't gonna fight Broner. His advisors shouldn't put that together. And if he does, it's a hard fight. I mean, I don't know. You might know more than me. I
think now is the time if you're Progress to get in there with Broner and make a name for yourself the way Mikey did.
Exactly. So why are you trying to say Broner's path to stardom is through Progress?
Because people think that Progress is a young lion. What you talking about, brother? Writers will be like, yo, this is a 50-50. This is crossroads for Broner. If he loses, this is over. And boom, he wins it and he's back on the map, man.
So it's really Progress's road as well.
Of course.
What about Broner Khan in the UK?
But listen, Enrique, you're looking at it glass half empty because remember, Danny has to take tough fights to get there. So for Porter, it's the road too. If Porter beats Danny, then he goes through Earl and he becomes a star. You get it?
I get it 100%.
All right, then. So, hey, somebody got to lose.
It just doesn't happen. Like, Broner just doesn't win the fight.
That would be a big fight, though. That would be a great fight.
For the purpose of the show, for the purpose of doing your job for someone who's a paying customer.
I said the show. I've said my opinion. I think Wilder and Charlo are the guys that could be stars now if they get the right fights and they win the right fights. Yeah. And I think they can win the right fights. The other guys we mentioned, I don't think they win. Or I don't think they have the other criteria to be a star.
I think the Charlos have it more because they also have that.
Look at that. Somebody in the chat said the perfect. Look, Broner didn't even got to do the hard route I went. Look, all you got to do is be fucking UK Robbie's boy Khan.
I just said that.
But that doesn't make him a U.S. star.
You're hating.
Nah, that's an attractive fight.
It is a great fight, but it doesn't make him a U.S. star in this sense.
No, it makes him a boxing star because he does it in the UK.
How many did out Jerry Khan doing Barclays? Then that shit have like 8 and 11,000. Get out of here, Matt. You don't know what you're talking about. Makes him a U.S. star.
Look who we compared it to. We're talking about the Tysons, the Mayweathers. That's one a generation. One a generation. And we're talking about all these names that can be stars. No, get the fuck out of here, man.
True paths. You give them true paths.
4 guys in the last 60 years that we can talk about in that equation. We're going to start talking about Broner and beating Progress and being in that equation with Ali, Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard. Get the fuck out of here. You're smoking some good OG.
Paths, cookies.
It's a different era, though, Matt. You can give Broner that possibility.
Damn.
He doesn't become a Mayweather or a Tyson or Ali or Sugar Ray Leonard. He does not become one.
All right, let's go to the callers, man. They beasting right now. Hey, legendary boxer, don't come on here with no Eddie Hearn shit. I'm not going to be nice. Stay on subject. This is a paid-for show.
A good show so far.
Sponsored by Rodney Blake, and he don't want to hear shit about Eddie Hearn.
Shout out to Rodney.
And because it's Rodney's, we will not be doing any sponsorship because it's Rodney who did it.
It is hard to continue developing new content and covering the sport as thorough as we do without contributions from loyal listeners like you. If you enjoyed listening to the Boxing Voice Radio and find it informative and entertaining, please consider making a donation.
Now, remember, first-time callers, if you're a first-time caller, lead with that. Just like, yo, Ness, I'm a first-time caller. I'm going to go ahead and play that first-time caller intro. You say your name, where you're calling from. You get into who you think can be the next U.S. superstar. Superstar. That doesn't necessarily have to be pay-per-view star. Superstar. Because who knows if the next wave isn't pay-per-view. If it's just free TV. What if it's ESPN with Bob Arum's numbers slowly getting bigger, right?
Or DAZN. Or DAZN.
Or DAZN, whatever that is, and wherever it lands on whatever phone and apps and things like that, you know. So yeah, we're gonna go out to these callers. Remember the number to call in is 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion. And add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the show. Any ringers, Matt?
No.
No line skippers?
Nope.
All right. So we're going to go out to Coach Midday in the UK. What up, Mitty?
Hello. Hey, nice.
What's up?
Everyone. Like, good show. First off, shout out to Casual, man. We need to stop calling him Casual. His name is Enrique Church because you know Casual, man. He's correcting people, giving real facts. You know. Now, in terms of like the show itself, I think you made it like quite complicated, like with those 7 pointers. Like for me, it's like quite simple. It's like really like 2 paths to stardom, or 2 qualities that you need to have. You're either like a people's champion and you stand for something, a la Manny Pacquiao or a la Ricky Hatton here. The people love you, you're the people champ, or even like Muhammad Ali, or you're someone that people want to tune in and watch you lose, don't really like you. And, you know, Floyd Mayweather is the primary example for that. But one thing that is common to all those guys is the skills. The skills needs to be there every single time. You need to be a genius in the ring because people recognize that talent. And, you know, that's what you really need. In terms of all the other stuff, like, people will take care of that for you. Like, none of them needs to know commercial and know how to attract people. You know, if someone sees that they have those 2 attributes, they have a story, or they're people champion and they have the skills, they'll jump on. They'll have like a team of advisors looking to make money and teach them how to do all that social media shit and all that, and, you know, selling their stories. Like, so that's where it is. Like, as far as talking about the current crops of stars, because like all the names that you mentioned, to me, they're stars, but they're not superstars. I really don't see them, especially the older ones, like becoming the superstar that we're talking about. None of them can compare to Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, and like the likes of Floyd Mayweather. And they can't do that because, like, the simple facts, most of them have like close to 30 fights, some of them over 30 fights, and they're nowhere near that stardom that we're talking about. So that's not going to happen now because of longevity. They're going to be maybe making 1 or 2 pay-per-view next, but they're not going to be that next pay-per-view star that people would bank on for the next 6-7 years. Like, so, and that's what you want. Like, longevity needs to be there. And I would add like a name, like, oh, if you're going to create that path, right, I would just look at like maybe the name that you mentioned is like Devin Haney, maybe, like, or Stevenson, that they can just build on. But I'll mention that little B-Hop guy. If I had to choose that guy, if I'm like one guy that I want to work with him, I'm gonna go for Lil B-Hop because I've got a story for him. You know, I can build him up. It can probably just go up 3 or 4 or 5 way division, and it has competition there in the future. He can beat Lomachenko in 3 years' time on the way down, right? And I'll make him a superstar down the line, right? So that's my call, man.
Lil B-Hop's a good one that we forgot. A couple names that we
forgot that, yo, because we talking about Ryan.
A couple names we forgot to bring up as well. And I think one, because I think we kind of forgot because we were talking about US and we were thinking like US born fighters, but Lomachenko could be a star potentially. I mean, he does have the machine as necessary behind him. He did do like 1.4 million average on ESPN. I don't think he's not. Well, I mean, superstar. We're talking about superstar, obviously. I think he could potentially. Mikey Garcia is another one.
So what I figured, the 3 minutes is way too long, guys. So I think we're gonna have to do 1.5.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care.
Yeah.
Rob,
10 to 11.
You had
Yeah.
something?
I was gonna say, I think we decided that Lomachenko probably has reached his level as weight divisions go. So he's maybe going to be not have a great deal of many names left that he can pick off and make that superstardom.
You never know with the Manny Pacquiao fight. Maybe with the Mike Garcia fight, if he beats Mikey, you know, like there's potential there at, you know, catch weights for super fights to make him more of a household name in a sense.
Yeah, superstardom.
I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm saying the name to be in the discussion.
All right, let's hit these callers. 1.5 minutes, guys. So get your thoughts in order. Remember, what does it take to make the next superstar in boxing in the U.S.?
What on the boxing voice?
I always love those blackfaces.
There's nothing
I don't like
about
these
taking
motherfuckers.
punishment.
Put your foot on this motherfucking
Yeah. Yo, I'm mad as fuck, man. Yo, fucking Fight Night Champion is not compatible on fucking Xbox, and I ain't got an Xbox.
Yeah, PlayStation, huh? Fuck Sony.
Bullshit. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. Anywho, as far as I'm concerned, a superstar is when all your fights are on pay-per-view. Doesn't matter who you're fighting. That's what a superstar is to me. But there's two types of stars. There's two types of ways you can get to that level. You can do the Floyd Mayweather way, where you fight ex-legends and ex-champions and ex-pay-per-view stars, or you can do it the Gennady Golovkin way, where you just collect your belts. You don't really fight anybody who was, an ex-legend or a future Hall of Famer, and just create your own path to stardom. I think those both ways can work. However, the only person who I think who could get to that star level is Wilder, but that's just because he has his nemesis. All these other guys, I don't think they've got the right amount of fighters around them. With Floyd beat the biggest star before his time in Oscar De La Hoya. He beat the biggest star during his time in Manny Pacquiao, and he beat also the biggest star going into the future in Canelo Alvarez. Those are three massive mega fights that guy had and was victorious with. And that's the reason he became on that star level. And you can even go back even further. As far as I could tell, the first fight he had where, you saw that real star power was the Arturo Gatti fight. He made that guy quit. We never seen Gatti quit before in our life, and he quit during that fight. Floyd had all. Cut it. Ever again.
And don't forget that debut pay-per-view did 350,000 pay-per-view buys compared to Terrence Crawford's 50, Triple G's 150, etc.
Majid in Florida, Orlando.
Yeah, man. I think that we could have a superstar that just either here or come out of nowhere, because I think it's shit like if Charlo get a chance to fight Triple G or fight Canelo, if he beat Canelo, in my eyes, he'll be some type of superstar because a lot of people really know who Canelo is. I feel like another person is Bud Crawford, because he coming up these different weight classes and people sleeping like they don't think he could do it. And I think that he got a style entertaining enough to keep people interested in what he could do next. And people are tuning in if he take over 147. And other than that, maybe Gervonta Davis versus Lomachenko will bring out a superstar, but other than that, we'll see what's up with like that little Garcia kid, Ryan Garcia and all that. We'll see, but those my picks. Charlo brothers, and Gervonta Davis or Lomachenko. That's it.
Majid, thank you for calling in. We're going out to the.
Nas, but Lomachenko ain't American.
But he fights in the U.S.
In the U.S. market.
Oh, okay, then that's what it is. All right.
He's not fighting in the U.K.
So we could have thrown Triple G in there then. But
yeah, we could have. Arguably.
Star, if you read the article, he's number 2 grossing this. What is that? Stats on that?
It's the Forbes top 10 list of boxers boxing earners this year or last
year. Mind you, Casual was arguing the whole Oscar thing, and everyone came from Oscar, and Triple G is only on that list because he had that one fight with Canelo. That one fight with Canelo, because his other fights did not gross. 832 342 832 342. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying like that's all it takes is the right dance parts, the nemesis. 832 342. First time caller.
Came off negative though.
Yes, sir. It's your boy Justin from Texas.
Well, no first time caller interview, Justin from Texas. We just got that, so take it away.
All right. First, Ness, I just gotta say something real quick. Bro, you trying to justify your boy Broner, but you mad dogging my boy Matt over Lomachenko the other day. Second, I'm gonna get on the topic now. I feel like people underestimating the Charlo brothers. I feel like Jermall's got the swagger. He's got a little bit of the Floyd attitude, just a little bit. But I feel like depending on what happens in his next few fights, will what's the word I'm looking for? We'll figure out what path he's going to be going down. Because if he doesn't take anybody serious, if he can't get any serious fights, I don't think he's going to be able to make it as a superstar. But I feel like Jermall Charlo is going to be the next big thing. That's all I got.
All right, brother. Well, thank you, Justin, for calling in. We're going out to J. Will in Ohio.
If you know like I know, you should lie low. Killer, I used to get it in Ohio.
J. Will going once, twice, 3 times you're out, and it's all. What up, J. Will?
J. Will, J. Williams.
Well, we'll go to you, Jay Williams. Whoa, Jay Will, you there? I don't. Jay Williams, we'll go back to you. Is Jay Will from Ohio?
I was there, Jay Will and Jay Williams.
Yeah. All right, you can come back to me then.
What? Not you, Jay Will. It's your call.
Oh, okay. My bad. Well, just real quick, man. Real quick on this On Demand show, man. To me, like I think it was Coach Mitty who said, I guess we're making things a little too difficult, man. It's really, you got to be charismatic, man. If you don't have a mouthpiece, if you don't have a good mouthpiece on you, nobody's going to want to pay attention to you, man. And you're going to have to beat somebody with some clout in order to take their clout, and that's really it. I mean, it's nothing more, nothing less. I mean, the reason why Floyd was able to do 350 on his first pay-per-view versus, Bud's 50, yada, 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 this man had a mouthpiece even before he got that first pay-per-view. Like, when you watch, like my man, I think it was Rob who said, when you watch, like, Bud Crawford, when you watch Errol Spence in some of these interviews, you be like, damn, man, like, you don't act like this with your boys. You don't act like this when you're trying to talk to a girl, and you wouldn't try to sell yourself like this if you was giving an interview. So why you want to be all bland and boring in an interview that's going to go to all your fans? I just don't understand why these dudes are so hard-pressed not to show any personality. But that's just all it is, man. So until these dudes get some type of PR coach or something like that to learn how to sell themselves, none of these dudes are going to be stars until they do that. And that's my call. Absolutely.
Jay Will, thanks for calling in. Now we'll go to Jay Williams.
Hey, what's poppin', TBV?
What's up, brother?
Chilling, man, chilling. Well, I kind of like the topic. I want to say for the dude who put this, who paid for this, it's a pretty cool topic to have. In my personal opinion, I think really the next mega star, superstar, however you want to describe it, would be a Wilder, or my personal opinion, Errol Spence. And here's a couple of reasons why, if I have some more time. Wilder mainly because he's a heavyweight. And yes, people love heavyweights because they remind us of the Titans. They remind us of the thing that we can't accomplish. You can always be intelligent, you can be smart, you can be fast, but unless you're given the gift of 6'9", 200-something pounds, you can't never be that. So I think, he has the clearest path because he fought Luis Ortiz. So now you have the person, the big bad that you beat. You got the rival across the pond. And on top of that, you got a healthy amount of people who hate you. Because no matter what you say, all superstars had some people who did not like them. And you need that to be a superstar. You need people, just like you said, you need people that want to watch you win, and you need people that want to watch you lose. And the last one
90 seconds.
Also, he's fought on public television, non-cable. And I think that's the next thing. I don't believe, like one of these older guys said, that it's all about who does pay-per-view fights. I mean, how can you possibly say that when every year cable's losing subscriptions? So you can't just say it's all based on pay-per-view when we know the real stats are cable's losing people. People are plugging away off of cable. So you got to be able to pull people in through the social media. You got to be able to pull people in through different means outside of just being on cable. And I think, and he has a story too. The fact that he came from nothing. He didn't win a gold, but he won a bronze medal, and he's down home, man. People love dudes from the country for whatever reason. People who come from literally the dirt and build themselves up. And I say Errol Spence mainly because you realize his last fight, he called somebody out. So the shell that he was in, he's starting to break. I like Errol because your weight class makes a difference. If you got bona fide heavy hitters in your weight class, people that people can compare you to and say, okay, well, this guy's a challenge, this guy's a challenge, that guy's a challenge, and you still got space to move up, you can't be beat. I like the Charlos, but I don't think they got enough people in their class outside of Canelo. I don't think they have enough people outside in their weight class that can propel them forward. So that's what I think.
Jay, well, I just gave you 3 minutes. I spaced out. You got that all.
I complaining.
I know that. I know that's right. Great call. Either way, we got a ring on the line. Let's head out to Northern California's own Alex Lemon.
I won't deny you.
Dollar DVLC production.
Come with me. Hail Mary, run quick, see what we have here now.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
Dollar DVLC Productions.
What's going on, Ness? Matt, Rob, Casual?
What up?
What up, brother? How you gonna make Jose Ramirez a star in a minute and 30 seconds?
What up?
Hang up.
Hey, then I'm gonna start talking real fast because I want to make 3 quick notes. Triple G, Loma, AJ, they can't be mentioned because we said U.S. superstar, not who fights in the U.S. Okay. Second, Deontay Wilder has to be honorable mention because if he knocks out AJ in front of 90,000 people, heavyweight fight like that, it's gonna draw the casuals in. He could be the next superstar like that. Honorable mention, Bud Crawford has all the stats to prove it, all the names on the resume. He's unified. He's in the ring. He showed the skill to be the superstar that he should be, but he only attracts the hardcore boxing fans. Casuals aren't attracted to him because I don't know, maybe it's personality or what. I don't know what it is. But so the one I want to talk about is what you mentioned already, Jose Ramirez. Numbers don't lie. Now listen, 15,000 people, and right away Matt is going to go with the Matt stats talking about, well, how much did those tickets cost? We're not being accountants here. We're talking about star attraction. And if you could bring in 15,000 people year in to a stadium over here in Central California, where this is not the Mecca of boxing, to be honest, this is not New York, this is not Barclays. But yeah, he bringing in 15,000 fans. That says something. Because of 2 things. What he shows in the ring, the skill level. You need more than 15,000? Danny Garcia's not bringing in 15,000 at the Barclays. Is my time up?
Lemon, hold on. Danny can go to Vegas and sell out pretty well. He can go to New York and sell pretty well. He can go to LA and sell pretty well. Jose Ramirez can only stay in fucking Fresno, California, buttfuck nowhere, and sell out some rinky-dink soccer stadium. Nah, that's not a superstar, fam. That's not a superstar.
That's called the draw power, man. He's got the draw power.
Triple G can draw in LA and New York, but he ain't a superstar.
Yo, Lemon, when your boy does that in the forum, then he shows his power.
And still not a superstar. Triple G can sell out any arena he's in. But guess what? He is not a superstar.
Well, he is now.
He's still not a superstar.
And ticket prices do matter.
He got the ticket sales to prove it, and he's got now the pay-per-view to prove it. Get out of here.
Well, he only has one pay-per-view with a actual superstar, so.
Well, that's the thing. But if you calculate that one,
Robert Guerrero superstar.
Listen to me. When you calculate that one with the other 2, and then compare it to any other people that have sold pay-per-views, including Robert Guerrero, Miguel Cotto, all those, he'll factor in right. He'll slide right in.
I don't think Miguel Cotto's a superstar, let alone Triple G.
Well, Miguel Cotto did pay-per-views, so you got to factor it in.
He never did $1 million on his own as an A-side.
It doesn't matter. He was a star, though. He couldn't walk the street.
That's why he was known.
You said star. He is a star. He is a star.
It don't matter. That's why Cotto was always known as the 3rd biggest pay-per-view star. So
exactly.
So wait, Cotto should Cotto be in the discussion? Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. Should Cotto be in the discussion of stardom with Tyson, Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Mayweather?
Well, there was he would be the Sugar Ray Leonard because there was Mayweather, there was Pacquiao, there was Cotto.
Millions on free cable, dog. Tens of millions.
Yo, free cable ain't pay-per-view. Get
exactly. You said free cable. It was
when you go tens of millions, you get
even cable back. Yo, somebody smack Matt.
It wasn't pay-per-view back then, dog. What are you talking about? Ali Superstar, he didn't have pay-per-view.
There was closed circuit. Out of
here.
There was closed circuit.
Shit was on TV. Matt's on my pay-per-view.
Yeah, that was
on Worldwide Sports and ABC, dog. Yes, it was.
Ray Leonard fought Roberto Duran for free on free TV. I mean,
Thriller was free.
Lemon picked Ramirez, and it started all this. Brilliant.
Yo, Lemon.
Hold on.
I got 30 seconds. Check this out. We said, you guys in the show, you guys said the path to stardom. You guys didn't say who's a superstar right now. You said who's the next superstar.
Matt the one keep breaking the rules.
Right.
I'm breaking the rules.
So you put a name like Adrian Broner, Progas, you put an awesome performance in front of ESPN, in front of all these people, that's going to be a star because he has that green belt on his waist, and he has Robert Garcia in his corner, and he has 15,000 people watching. That's all I got.
Wow, 15,000 people watching.
Yes.
Yo, why you hating, Matt?
Yeah.
Why you hating? Ramirez did
$10 tickets.
He did
$10 tickets. Come on, fam.
Free taco.
Yo, that's hashtag Matt.
Free taco.
Hashtag Matt stats. You don't know the price.
That's racist.
Yo, come on, fam.
Why you don't check it up? Why you don't look it up? Why you don't contact Rick?
I don't even look it up. Come on, we know it. We really don't need to talk about this long.
You know what should be up? The thumb. I'm hitting that thumb up 104 right now live.
We're going to Rico in San Antonio. Rico.
Hey, I just want to say,
you alive, brother?
You okay?
I blow your ears out. Rico.
He's silently belly laughing over Ramirez going to be the next star.
Rico. Rico.
Rico's gone. He's gone.
Rico going once. Rico going twice. Rico's gone.
He will always be remembered. Never forget Rico.
Rico, what happened, bro? 5'10", man down. 5'10", 367. 5'10", 367.
First time caller.
First time caller.
Man down.
5'10". 367. If your area code is 5'10".
Maybe no one can think of a star.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all good.
If you don't want to be in the line, you can just not press 1, by the way.
It's all good. You just listening. You at work. It's all good. 714-341. 714-341. First time caller.
This is depressing.
hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Yo, what up?
What up?
What up? First time caller.
All right, that's what we talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Hey, for sure. All right. Well, the number one guy is gotta be Errol Spence.
Whoa, hold on. You didn't say your name. You didn't say your name, caller.
Yeah, or where you calling from?
Luis Garibay.
Who?
What was that?
Luis Garibay.
Luis. I'm from Luis.
Yeah, well, number one guy's got to be Errol Spence.
Okay.
Why?
How's this path? How does he become a star? Just because you said Errol Spence? Yeah.
Oh, he dropped.
All right. He got in trouble at home. Let's go to some alumni. In Chicago, Santana.
I'm back. Uh-oh.
Yo, what's up?
I would say Deontay Wilder. Reason is he has a personality. He has the knockouts. And not just really that. In order to like be a big superstar, you have to have that dance partner. And I think AJ is that dance partner. So I feel like if he can knock AJ out, that would take him to stardom. Just like Floyd had Oscar. Then after Oscar, then that's when he started selling millions of pay-per-view buys. And I hear a lot of people say, guys like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, they can't be superstars because they don't talk trash, I guess. But it seems like when it comes down to the black fighters, we have to trash talk to be a big pay-per-view star. But you got guys like Manny Pacquiao and Miguel Cotto who were superstars in the boxing business, and they didn't talk
wait a
trash.
minute, because that's such a tired ass lame route. All right, because here's some statistics.
It's the truth, though.
No, it ain't. Because here's some statistics. All right, Cotto was one of the three, right? But he was the third, meaning the worst pay-per-view selling guy, right? So it was Pacquiao, Mayweather, Cotto last. Okay, Mayweather, Pacquiao, Cotto. Okay, so then what happened? You were gonna say
I'm just saying, but just a caller ago, you just said Cotto was a pay-per-view star. He was a superstar because he was doing.
I said he was the third biggest. He was the third biggest. He still is the third lowest as well. And Pacquiao also is lower, right? Pacquiao chose never to talk shit, and whenever he didn't fight a good fighter, he was doing like 600, 700. People always clown. Mayweather was always clowning Pacquiao for not being able to do a consistent 1 million. Remember? Because he didn't talk shit.
He did a million with Shane Mosley, and they wasn't trash talking the whole fight.
Dog,
Shane Mosley.
Shane Mosley fought Oscar De La Hoya twice. Vernon Forrest twice. Like, stop your games. I'm giving you extra time. Give me at least a challenge.
But that was out of. Yeah, I'm just saying though, that was past prime. Then he did it with Eric Morales. They did like 1 million, I think. I think they did like close to 1 million, whatever. Well, 700, 800 pay-per-view buys is still a lot, to me. So like I said before, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford can't do 800, 700 million pay-per-view buys. So that's all I was just throwing that out there. When it comes down to black fight, we have to trash talk.
No, you don't. If you want to sell, you got to trash talk. English. No, if you want to sell, you got to trash talk. That's what I'm trying to show you. The numbers tell you that. Numbers tell you that. Ryan Garcia is Spanish talking shit, and that's how he getting known. Julian Williams was black and talking shit, and that's how he got known. That's how he got his big fight. Laura was Hispanic talking shit. He bum rushed the press conference for Canelo. That's how he got his big fight. Shane Mosley was black talking shit, jumped in the ring with Floyd. That's how he got his big fight. Man, talking shit is part of the fucking sport. Stop trying to make it a race thing. Everybody got to talk shit. Tyson Fury White. He came to Barclays Center and got in the ring on Deontay. So how's it a race thing? Get out of here.
It is. Just look at the numbers.
So why the fuck Tyson Fury did it? He white. He white. No, you look at the numbers. You look at the numbers. You look at the numbers. Pacquiao didn't talk shit, so he ain't do Mayweather numbers. He ain't do Mayweather numbers.
Hold on, Santana.
Cotto had no personality, so he ain't do Mayweather numbers. Come on, dog. Broner moves the needle. Broner moves the needle because he talks shit.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
So, right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But Santana, very quick. Let me jump in. Santana.
Pay-per-view star.
Santana, let me jump in there very quick. I don't think you understand what that's saying. That's saying that regardless of your race or whatever, where you're from, talking shit inherently makes you sell easier.
Exactly.
So whether you're Conor McGregor in Ireland or Tyson Fury in the UK, talking shit made them superstars.
Look at Conor, bro. Like this guy is bananas with this.
I'll put it this way: can you name a white superstar that didn't talk shit?
But my whole thing is this:
I can name black superstars that didn't
talk shit. Lomachenko. I think my new name is Nomaschenko. Come on, dog. Like everybody talks shit, bro.
Well, that was we talking about after the fight. That was after the fight. He don't really hype the fight up. He don't trash talk.
Bruh.
That was after the fight.
Hold on, Santana. Did Sugar Ray Leonard talk shit?
The job is to hype the fight up before the fight, not after the fight. That was after.
Santana,
So like
you
I
won.
said, that's all
you
I
won.
had to say, man. And
You won. I got to get to some other callers. You won. That was a good little debate. We'll see what the commenters think. Let us know your thoughts on the comment section. Go ahead, Matt.
I get what he's saying because it's definitely been a narrative that's thrown out. Hell, when I was an editor back in TBV editing days, I greenlit an article about this with JP from Long Beach. So I understand the narrative, but there are outliers. There is a Sugar. Let me finish. And then there's an Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is a megastar in the UK, and he's known as like the good guy, like the golden child. Look at Oscar De La Hoya.
But he
wasn't a guy that talked shit. Oscar De La Hoya was just the overall package being delivered.
Nah, man, they sell AJ's mean streak, and
they do. But you know what I mean. I think you know what I mean here. That those guys buck the trend of a Broner who.
And here's the thing right here, bro. You spoke about Broner. I spoke about Broner. Mikey beat Broner. He ain't no star because he don't talk shit.
Look at Andre Ward. Doesn't talk shit. But then that's what Santana will go and say, well, Andre Ward's much better than Broner. Why is he not a star? Well, because he doesn't talk shit.
Exactly. So that's the bottom line. You don't want to believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Yo, did we go to this 510? Is that the number we already went to?
I think so. Yes. You go to the 9-4.
949-386. 949-386. Are you a first-time caller?
Goodness, it scares first-time callers.
First-time caller.
I'm Derek. I normally call from a 214 number. Hello?
Derek, what up?
Yeah, what's up, man? No, I'm not a first-time caller. I call in from a 214 number, man. I'm from Dallas, Texas, brothers. Listen, man, it's gonna y'all keep on looking over Charlo. Like, who has the personality that those two brothers have? Like, they can be a fucking duo. Just think about that. Just be, think future. Like, say if both of these motherfuckers keep on winning and knocking motherfuckers out in the fashion that they do, that's what the paper. That's what's gonna draw people. They're charismatic. They're they stand out anywhere they go. Look at Charlo when he walked up on Laura and Hurd, when he rolled up on him like that. That's going to be my number one. But number two would be Wilder because he's already set in stone. He already has a nemesis, the AJ. This is like the two, where the worlds collide. That's going to be his thing. Plus Wilder speaks. When you notice when Wilder speaks, he can talk a little shit. He's aggressive, and when Wilder speaks, everybody stops. They listen. And for my third pick, I'm gonna have to go with Errol, even though he doesn't talk shit. I just don't think you've seen. There's different superstars, man. There's superstars that did talk a lot of shit, and then there's superstars who were just great people in general. I think we're coming into that era, especially in this society, this day and age. He's already trying to build a relationship with the Cowboys. I think that he can start setting up his own damn market in Texas. Like, people forget that whole thing. So we had America's team. If he links up with America's team, hell yeah, he's going to be a superstar. But my number one pick would definitely have to be the Charlos. Just look at the interviews that these guys do, the energy that they bring in the fight, after the fight. The Instagram. I'll be on their lives myself. The Instagram is popping.
Cut it. Derek, thanks for calling in. Repping that Charlo Dallas flag. I hear you. Even though
Dallas Cowboys are the most they're the highest net worth of any team franchise in all of sports. They're worth like over $5 billion. So yeah, that is a great idea to link anyone in the Texas area with that team.
Dr. Mofongo, what up? I actually made some Mofongo this week. Well, not Mofongo, Mongo.
What up? What up? What's going on in this Goonie? Kaz, Raven. I'm probably on my now, but I had to pop in and just give you guys my 2 cents. I think there's levels of stardom. I think when you guys started this debate, the interesting thing is that definition of star is always something people toss around. I don't think we're going to see a Mayweather anytime soon. I'm not saying never say never, but Mayweather was just on another level. He was playing the villain, undefeated, had the gift of gab, and could sell himself. Mayweather's on another stratosphere as far as I'm concerned. But for this day and age, a star to me is somebody that will either allow you to pay money to either see them live or drop money to see them on a pay-per-view. I just went to Wilder Ortiz with 6 or 7 casual fans for my job. So Wilder to me is my number one because he's got the knockouts, he can talk. The Charlos I think are second for the same 2 reasons. But I think for this definition of star, it's got to be somebody that's on the Canelo level right now, or the potential to be a Canelo, who will get you excited enough to either
Jamie
go out,
Munguia,
get a group of friends, casuals and hardcores together. Munguia.
That's what Matt said last show. Munguia's a star, and that.
Not what I said. That is not what I said.
Boy, cashed that Saddam out for him.
God damn it, Ness.
Nah, it's too early. Munguia's not. No. To me, definition of star is simple. Is that person, can they be or are they close to being a Canelo level? Munguia's nowhere near that. So to me, it's Wilder or Charlos right now. If I had to pick 1 and 2, I'm gonna go with Wilder and Charlos.
All right, Dr. Mofongo. You know what
guys.
I forgot to mention about that?
On the next one.
All right, thank you. You know what I forgot to mention about that Munguia fight is that when he won the belt, bro. I felt so bad, bro, because he was telling his team like, "Yo, levántame," which means like pick me up, and then they finally picked him up and shit. You know what I'm saying? I felt kind of bad. You know what I'm saying?
That's not to what you said. That is to how you said it. By the way, that was a really bad story.
Why?
Oh no, like the delivery sucked. We can digress.
I felt bad that come on, bro. He just won his world title. His team wasn't up under him trying to raise him the glory the way that.
But you're like he was like lift me up, and then they did. Like that was your story.
After like a couple times, I said he was like levántame. Hey, oye, wait, levántame.
Maybe they didn't hear him, fam.
Yeah, I felt bad. I heard him, bro. I'm like, damn, bro, what's up? Yo, but shout out to Jamie, man. He gets his underarm shaved. He knew he was gonna win. I hate to see a motherfucker win in glory with fucking. I don't even know who to call him under there.
Buds under there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you on TV, man. Handle that shit, bro.
I never thought you thought like that because I'm always like, I ain't trying to be on the beach laid up with my arm rests up and I got little trees growing in there.
Nah, bro, that PC shit got to go, bro. Even if you one of them dudes that got the straight, you got to trim that shit, bro. The fuck?
Oh.
Dennis in Tampa. What up? Oh shit, does Dennis have an intro?
You skipped Rico, by the way, but
I feel like
yep.
I feel like Dennis might have an intro.
He does have an intro. He just said he does.
Look, the fire's coming. Are you ready for the fire? We're firemen. We are firemen.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
Man, he got that salsa. Yo, I just started taking salsa classes. Just saying.
Nobody cares, Ness.
Matt, you so
guys,
jealous.
Yo, he's a movie right now. You like the American Gigolo right now.
That is so jelly right now.
That was a good one, Enrique. That was a good one.
This man is out there.
I'm starting to clock over for you, Dennis. They don't know about the swag, man. They don't dance salsa like me, yo.
Nah, it's good, man. I've been enjoying it. I like Rob on the show. Rob is a good anchor for your show. He was needed. So anyway, thanks for taking my call.
Well, that ship sunk because he's gone.
You said an important thing. You said an important thing because you said path, right? So path to me is 4 or 5 fights. The only dude that's got a path, let's say Spence wins, right? He beats Danny or Crawford or Porter, whoever wins there. But then his next fight, imagine that Charlo loses to Hurd and then Spence goes to 154. Now he has another path because he's in 154 and avenges that potential loss. So that's a 4 fight. That's a pass. That'll definitely create a superstar because there's no better superstar than a winner. So his personality could be a quiet destroyer, which is what he already portrays himself to be. every time Spence is in the interview, all he ever says is, "I can't wait to beat him." So the rest will come. I mean, Sugar Ray wasn't no talker; he was a trauma, and that's how I see Spence. So anyone that could really have a path to be a superstar is him, because Danny, even if Danny does what I'm saying Spence could do, his father would mess that up for everybody, because they would hush him, worried about what he is, and he'd have to be his own person. And
Shit happens, man.
I like Danny more than any of them, but he's fucking boring. So the only one where I really see on a path that if they win is Spence. Other than that, that's my call. Thanks.
I don't think the path is 4 fights, man. That shit is like 10 to 20.
Damn.
Yeah, man. I'm comparing like when
got one fight and it was over. He was.
I'm using Floyd, right? So Floyd fought Angel Manfredi. You remember that dude? Right?
Yes.
Of course.
Of course. All right, cool. 19 fights before he faced Zab Judah. And that's before Oscar De La Hoya.
He was 38-0 when he fought Oscar.
And
I'm just saying though, it ain't 4 fights.
Stardom
right now.
Yo, excuse me, Canelo was the same way, you know.
So Canelo had a belt at who did he win the belt from?
Check
Matthew Hatton. I think it's Matthew Hatton.
I think it was not Ricky Hatton, Matthew Hatton maybe, or Alfonso Gomez maybe.
No, Matthew
Love knowing the dude.
No, Ness, I said Matthew Hatton, not Ricky Hatton.
Oh, all right. Well, Matthew Hatton, yeah, but I
definitely ain't
defended it versus Matthew. I remember making a show about that, being mad that he defended it versus Matthew, who was a welterweight, but not really a welterweight, right?
I forget.
I think he was probably a real welterweight at the time. But anyway, that's the show, fellas. We got through it.
Whoa.
Not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
Who's ducking?
Shout out. Who's ducking?
You know who the 310 is.
I don't.
Refresh your page, maybe.
Well, I mean, they didn't make the cut, bro.
They definitely made the cut. This is OG status over here. Who are you talking about?
They make the cut. You should have probably typed their name in. Like, it's outro time, bro.
Definitely not outro time.
Yo, what up? We out of here. Yeah. Every time my head start bobbing, Enrique does too. We about to go. You know what we about to do. I know it ain't no show without my man Joe, but too bad I gotta go. Got a 7 o'clock, yo. See you later, Joe. No, I'm fucking with you.
30 minutes away, Joe.
It's the invader.
This portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my brother.
Yo, what's up, my boxing brothers? Let me get it in real fast. Yo, hey man, it's crazy how Andre Ward has better accolades than Adrian Broner, but Adrian Broner was a bigger star even when Ward was active. So I think it has a lot to do with personality. I think Charlo, Deontay Wilder, and that kid Ryan Garcia, they had that personality, and also that kid Joshua Greer, he has that little personality too, man. That would. Who
the fuck is that guy?
I think it's more.
Hey, yo, let me find out Joshua Greer is a hometown guy Joe knows from the Jimmy.
Come on. Lil B-Hop is way more likely to be a star than Joshua Greer.
Who's Joshua Greer, though?
Hey,
He's on the Devin Haney card.
Chicago with the pillow. Is that
Oh, the kid with the pillow.
Yes.
Did he sleep somebody this time
what's
too?
his name?
I think he did.
Oh, you can't be bringing pillows. You ain't sleeping every time out. Hashtag Matstats.
No, he knocked out this last guy, but he got good personality when he talks, and I like his little gimmick that he comes out with the pillow. But he got a knockout in his last fight though too as well. So it takes a kid like that, man, with personality, man. Just being a winner. Errol Spence is good. He's if he keeps winning, it's possible, but he still don't have that come across that personality. Crawford got more personality than him. And I think if Thurman would have been on point and still have been winning and in the limelight, he could have been that guy. That's my call, brothers. Thanks for holding up for me. Peace.
Hell yeah, bro. All Thurman had to do was beat Earl. It was over. He had path to glory right there. It was over. It was over like the show.
Can you imagine if like the Spence fight was like 6 months after that 5.5 million on CBS with Danny?
He should have did like Floyd and took Spence early, right after the 6 million, after the Olympics.
Yo, imagine.
Yo, so don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, hashtag TBV Podcast, and youtube.com/TheBoxingVoice.
Thinking of doing some shopping.
What?
I was about to double judge. You stopped swinging the ropes. Okay.
I was about to just go automated services. Like
Subscribe to youtube.com/TheBoxingVoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
Just gonna hit him with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what it do, TBV family? It's your boy Dollar. If you want to be like you heard on the show, hit me up on Instagram at DollarDibiase. That's DOLLA_DIBIASE.
I'm ready to do Untitled. Is all I'm saying, B.
I thought you had a 7.
I'm ready to do Untitled.
I thought you had a 7.
I got a 7 o'clock. But I'm always working. Hashtag always working.
Hashtag you can follow me. TBV_casual fan. That's my YouTube. Yo, I got a Patreon. It's patreon.com/boxing fan apparel. Yo, I got an IG. It's also at Fight Talk. YDKSAB.
If you want to see what some of those boxing fan apparel shirts are, I have one right here. So just
I think Matt needs to upgrade his patronage. Like, he always wearing that yellow one.
Well, it is laundry day.
I'm a new one, bro. He think because he live in LA, he gotta wear the LA one.
I blessed him, man, when we went LA.
Hey Matt, that's why I get these. You never know, because I got so many. No one can never.
I have 7 of those, so it doesn't matter. Like it's
I just hooked you up. I hooked you up. I would have hooked you up if you would have been in LA, live in LA, like Dempsey was. Came through the hotel, came through the Chivas Palace. Know what I'm saying? But you didn't. It's all good. Next time.
Definitely check out that live show on YouTube live.
Yes. Yo, I gotta hit up the dude. See when the whole thing out. The trailer is out. Check out the trailer. Don't forget to drop. Head on over to patreon.com/TheBoxingVoice because we will be doing early release of the official video. We just dropped the epilogue part 3. My fight, Matt fight. How many fights? Matt always works.
4 fights. It was 4 fights. It was Info Joe's fight, which you guys see.
Yeah, I seen that.
The fight of the night, Anthony.
Oh, I seen that.
And Sal's fight. Oh, I think it was 5 fights. Your fight and mine. That's 5.
That's right. So we got nothing else on the docket. I don't know. You guys been saying something about Mikey. What's going on with Mikey?
Mikey has just come out, and obviously Robert Garcia has come out more, especially with.
Wasn't it some sort of fake offer? I heard.
I didn't like that offer. Like, I mean, I didn't like that the response. Yo, we got this hell of an offer, but our next fight is making more money than that offer. So how's it a hell of an offer? That was very confusing.
I mean, it ain't that confusing. It's like, yo, it's a good offer for the average dude, but I'm making more bread than that. Like, yo, Robert Garcia also came out the other day and was like, yo, we made 3 times as much as Lomachenko did.
It wasn't worded that way, though. It's worded like this. Matchroom has gave us a hell of an offer, but our next fight, we're getting paid more in the next fight.
That's all right. So
hell of an offer to me is like, it's more than. It's not less than. Less than is never held of.
You do business, Enrique, especially you. So you've dealt with plenty of people that want to rent your equipment per se, you know, and they can ask you how much, or they could be like, bruh, you got a Ronin? Yo, I need that for 3 days. I'm gonna give you 3,000. You like, well, all right.
I would be like this though. If that's a good offer, he wins. If it's not, I'm like, that's a cool offer. I'm not gonna use the phrase hell of an offer. You know what I mean? Hell of an offer. I'm Mikey Garcia. I am worth this much money.
Robert Garcia. It was Robert Garcia that said it.
Sorry.
It's trainer.
Yeah, it's trainer.
I think he catching feelings.
I think semantical thing. We know what it is. It's hardball. Like he's trying to play hardball with Eddie. So.
That too. It could be Robert Garcia's hardball too.
Yeah, exactly. Because obviously he gets a cut of everything that Mikey gets.
That's the way I saw it first. Smoke, free smoke, free smoke.
Yes, you can find me at Matt Hunter TBV on all platforms. Mixed Combat Radio returning next week live on YouTube. Wait for that. On
a probation period.
That shit ain't.
The probation period ends next week.
Whatever, bro.
Shout out to the UFC. Shout out to copyrights.
Shout out to punishing your ass for being an evil, illegal streamer.
You know what you can do? You can go over to Twitch where I just stream their shit anyways, and they don't catch me. Hipsters Gaming Channel.
They're gonna take you down there too, bro. Yo, we out of here. You say shout out to Rodney Blake. You the man. So thank you.